Welcome back again in another video of Terror Unseen. So in this video we are going to talk about the Dyatlov Pass Incident, Russia's most terrifying mystery. So let's begin.
Deep within the frozen wilderness of the Ural Mountains, 9 young hikers vanished into history, leaving behind one of the most disturbing mysteries mankind has ever encountered. Their tent was ripped open from the inside, their bodies scattered across the snow, some half-dressed, some with broken bones, others with missing eyes and even a missing tongue. What happened on that night in February 1959 has baffled scientists, investigators, and conspiracy theorists for more than 6 decades. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, a tragedy that remains unexplained to this day. The group was led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, an experienced and respected skier and hiker. With him were 8 companions, 7 men and 2 women, all students and recent graduates from the Ural Polytechnic Institute. They were young, intelligent, and physically fit. Their goal was to complete a difficult trek across the northern Urals, a feat that would earn them the highest grade in skiing expedition certification. For them, this was not just a challenge, it was an adventure. But none of them could have known that this journey would be their last. The hikers set off on January 27, 1959. They kept detailed diaries filled with laughter, songs, and even jokes about their struggles in the freezing weather. Their spirits were high, despite the snowstorms and bitter cold. But as they traveled deeper into the mountains, the conditions grew harsher. On February 1st, they pitched their tent on the slopes of Kolatsyakl, a mountain whose name in the local Mansi language ominously translates to the Mountain of the Dead. That night, something went terribly wrong. Investigators would later find that the hikers had cut their way out of the tent from the inside, as if escaping from something or someone. The footprints in the snow told a haunting story. The group had fled the tent barefoot or in socks, barely dressed, despite the freezing temperatures dropping to 30 degrees Celsius. Some tracks showed them walking calmly, while others suggested a desperate sprint. Hours later, their frozen bodies would be discovered scattered across the mountainside. At first, searchers found 4 bodies near the tree line, including Igor Dyatlov himself. They had died of hypothermia, wearing little clothing. But the deeper they searched, the darker the mystery became. 2 hikers were discovered with fractured skulls, as though struck with tremendous force, yet with no visible external wounds. Another hiker had her tongue missing. Another's eyes were gone. Their injuries were so severe that forensic experts compared them to the aftermath of a car crash, yet no signs of struggle were found at the scene. And then came the strangest detail. Traces of radiation were detected on some of their clothing. Investigators struggled to explain what could have caused such a bizarre and deadly scenario. One of the most popular theories was an avalanche, forcing the group to flee the tent in panic. But there were no signs of a major avalanche, and the footprints suggested they had walked away, not been swept aside. Others suggested a sudden snow slab collapse, which could have frightened them. But still, this could not explain the severe internal injuries or the missing body parts. Some point to secret Soviet military experiments. At the time, the Urals were known for weapon testing. The strange orange glow in the sky, reported by other witnesses on the same night, fueled theories that the hikers had stumbled upon something they were never meant to see. Radiation on their clothes, coupled with injuries resembling a blast wave, suggests they may have been caught in the testing of secret weapons or exposed to radioactive materials. But for others, the answers lie far beyond the physical world. Some believe the group encountered a Yeti, a massive creature of folklore said to roam the mountains. The force of such a beast could explain the crushing injuries. Others claim UFOs were involved. Witnesses in nearby towns reported strange glowing orbs in the night sky during the hikers' disappearance. Could extraterrestrial visitors have terrified the group into fleeing their tent? And then there are whispers of the supernatural, that the mountain itself, the Mountain of the Dead, was cursed by the indigenous Mansi people. That the hikers disturbed something ancient, something that took vengeance upon them. The Soviet investigation was abruptly closed in May 1959, ruling the deaths as caused by a compelling natural force. But the case files were sealed, and many details remained classified for decades. This secrecy has only fueled conspiracy theories that the truth was deliberately hidden. When the files were reopened in the 1990s, researchers uncovered inconsistencies, missing photographs, and reports that had been altered. The mystery deepened further, drawing worldwide attention. Recently, scientists revisited the case. A 2020 study suggested a small avalanche, combined with unusual snow and wind patterns, may have forced the hikers to flee. The snow could have caused the blunt injuries while exposure finished the rest. But many argue that this explanation is too simple and ignores the unsettling details: the ripped tent, the missing eyes and tongue, the radiation. Too many questions remain unanswered. More than 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains unsolved. Each year, new expeditions trek to the site, hoping to find answers. Some leave convinced it was nature. Others leave believing something darker, perhaps otherworldly, was responsible. The pass itself has been renamed in Dyatlov's honor, but the chilling story continues to haunt all who hear it. The Ural Mountains keep their secrets well, and perhaps they always will. 9 lives were lost on that freezing mountain. Young, bright, and full of dreams, their final moments remain a mystery carved into the snow of Dyatlov Pass. What drove them into the night, half-dressed and terrified? Was it an avalanche, a secret weapon, a creature of myth, or something not of this world? Perhaps we will never know, but one thing is certain: the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the most terrifying unsolved mysteries in human history.
I hope you liked this video. What's your opinion about this topic? Leave your answer in comments. Till then, goodbye.